What's good? What's good, y'all? Episode 10, man. We got 10 of these things knocked out of the crosswalk. I'm Jax, as y'all know. Got crossover here from Crossover MMA. How you doing, bro? How's it going?
Man, I'm doing good, brother. Always look forward to jumping on here with you. We got fights back this weekend, so it's all good. How you doing?
Doing pretty good, man. It was weird to not have fights almost. Lala was like, "Hey, so what time is the fight coming on?" Asking me on Saturday. Like, it's not coming on for another how many hours? Is it gonna be a while? I was like,
Oh, that's
man. So,
great.
you better find some baseball to watch.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, man. But it's been cool though. Nice little break, I guess. Especially for content creators, we need a break from time to time. Especially you when you're going through like the whole card. I ain't got that kind of patience, bro.
Bro, like it's definitely a grind, but I kind of look at it like you just put the work in, it's all gonna pay off at the end. That's just how I look at it. And then when you had the times you're like, I don't really want to do it, I don't want to record that video. I'm like, you know what, you got to do the little self-talk, pick yourself up, be like, all right, let's get going. And then usually what happens is by the time you do it, you're typically like, you know what, I'm glad I got myself up and got it done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. That is so funny. Do you know who just sent me a message? This is like totally off topic. Uh, so I reached out to this dude like mm, maybe before he fought, but Alvin Hines, the heavyweight that fought.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah.
just reached out to me. He said that he would be down to jump on probably next week or the week after that.
Okay,
So,
cool.
yeah, that'll be cool to have Alvin on. That'll be dope. But so this week, y'all, I didn't make any fancy graphics because I had to do this thing called work. And so I didn't get any time to do the graphics like I wanted to, but we do got some pretty interesting stuff to dig into. Like the first thing I wanted to dig into is probably the biggest story in the UFC universe, I guess, is that the President Trump, um, said, I think he was in Iowa, in Des Moines, and he said that for next year, for the 250th anniversary, or anniversary of the United States, he wanted to have a UFC event at the White House. So when you heard that, like what did you initially think?
The first thing I was like, there's no way that happens. Like that's got to be like a security risk of the highest order. I mean, the guy was already shot at once. So I mean, I think it was one of those things where it sounds good in theory, but I don't think it'll actually happen though. But to add on to it though, did you see the clip where DC is talking about the White House car, and he was like, if we gotta have one guy from America,
Yeah.
I gotta vote for the guy in Albuquerque, New Mexico. That's back in the testing pool. I
Hey,
saw that and I was literally like, no freaking way.
see, dude, if that doesn't tell people what they need to know, I mean, that should tell you everything. Like the dude who his arch nemesis, like he hates this dude, but still, DC was like, we got to get John Jones. If we need a dub, we got to call John Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Of all people to say that, and then Chael Sonnen backs him up. Another person who lost to John. Like that doesn't tell you anything. I mean, come on. But he also said, Donald Trump said that he would want 20 to 25,000 people there.
how do you pull that off? Like temporary seating? Like, do you build something? I'm like, there's no way something like that happens. No
It-
way. And then on
Impossible.
top of it, all the talk that Dana does about like not liking outdoor cards and all of that, I'm just like, something's not adding up for me. I think Trump just went off the cuff there, and Dana was kind of like, oh well, now I'm in this situation.
Dude, like there's absolutely no way. Because you got to vet all those people too.
Mm-hmm.
And just that entire process of vetting 20 to 25,000 people, no way. Like the only way that you could do something similar to that would be like having an Apex card in some room in, or like something that they build where they only let a few people in and they have a card in there. It will feel like a pandemic card to
Mm-hmm.
me. Um, you know what it reminded me of? Do you remember that scene in Django when they're at Candyland and the two dudes are fighting on the floor in his parlor upstairs? That's
Yeah.
exactly what it would be. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
it's just it's too much. Like when you start thinking about it, like logically, the logistics behind it just way too crazy.
Yeah. It don't make sense. There's
Mm-mm.
there's no way. Well, I say no way. I would say I would give it a 2% chance of actually happening.
Yeah. And when is the date too for that anniversary?
Um, I mean, I think he's actually talking like July 4th of next year,
Next year? Yeah, there's
2026.
in a year? No way. No way.
Hmm. Yeah, I can't see it. I can't see it happening. But if it did happen, or if they did have, let's say they had just UFC Washington D.C., like that makes sense. They could have it
Yeah.
at where the Wizards play or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
You could totally do that. You could have fireworks. You could have a flyover. You can do whatever you want to do. But but who would you want to be on that card?
I mean, I feel like it's got to be very USA heavy. So I mean, I'm in agreement with Chell and DC. Like Johnny Bones got to be on that. Um, Matter of fact, make that the Aspinall fight and do it July 4th. It'll be just like 1776 all over again. You know, all the UK people can get in on it, and then on top of it, I feel like a lot of the USA people that are upset with John and everything he did, with it
Yeah.
being July 4th, I feel like they will probably have a little bit of change of heart for it. But I'm trying to think some more people. Get
Would you put Kobe on it?
why are you gonna do me like this right now? I personally wouldn't put Kobe on it because I don't think he's right now. I don't think Kobe's at a point to where he's gonna do much for anything. Now, just like they talk about in the chat, Justin Gaethje, 100% Justin Gaethje's on the card.
Gotta have Gaethje on there. What about
Ga-
gotta have, in my opinion, you gotta have Matt Frivola. I'm not saying that he's
yep.
headlining or even on the main card, but like that dude, he's a veteran. You gotta put him on the card.
Yeah, I like that. I like Frivola on there. Strickland, hey, on the mic, 100%. But that fighting style, I can't get behind. The fighting style just bothers me.
Get them jab teeps going.
Man, don't do that. Don't get me started on that, man. That for me,
Oh,
that
man.
is probably the one guy for me that is probably like the toughest guy that's a actual name for me to watch.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I don't disagree. I do not disagree. Um, what up, Grammy? Grammy said I got to meet Obama. The amount of shit you have to go through is insane. When I went to take it, shit, there was a guy, dude. That's what I'm saying. With Secret
Yeah,
Service sitting there, he told me I couldn't shut the stall door. That's exactly it, and that's exactly why
yeah.
it can't happen.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do it. It's too much, and it'll be unenjoyable for the fans, in my opinion, to have to go through all that.
Yep.
Plus, it's very divisive too. if you're a person who doesn't support Trump, but you do love the UFC, you're gonna think twice about going.
Yep. Unfortunately, that's just how politics are here in the States, unfortunately.
Hmm. Joaquin Blee. I mean, I wouldn't say no to it. I wouldn't say no.
Kayla Harrison, put her on it.
Oh, you got to put Kayla Harrison on there.
Mm-hmm.
Got to do
Kayla
that.
Harrison on there.
I saw somebody who created an entire card, and they had Kayla versus Amanda on there, which that's a massive fight. I don't want to do it there. Mm. Do you remember back when they used to do Fight for the Troops? And
Yeah.
like
Mm-hmm.
like I would envision a card very similar to that. Which those were fight nights. Um, they were important cards, but they weren't like marquee pay-per-views.
So Vincent just got a good comment. I actually like. He said, I feel like another Sphere card could happen before that. Bro, they need to go back to the Sphere. I don't know what they need to do. I know it costs them a lot of money, but that was one of one for real. Like just
It was.
the production value was next level.
Yeah. If they go back to the Sphere, like in my opinion, they can't do it for UFC Noche. They have to do something different.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it would be cool to do a July 4th card there.
International Fight Week.
Yeah, International Fight Week would be good.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely would be good. Something that marks an event that they can build the graphics around, because that's what made UFC Noche so easy from a technical and storytelling perspective. They had a story that they had to tell because it's UFC Noche. If it's just UFC 323, like, well, what story are you telling?
Mm. Yeah, that's a valid point.
Yeah. Yeah, the Sphere, I mean, it was amazing. Dude, when I play on UFC 5 and I play at the Sphere, like I mean, it's all over again. I get the goosebumps of watching it. That would be amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one venue I always go to on UFC 5.
A fight for the protesters fights.
Matua always comes up with something like that.
Yeah, yeah. But I think that it would make more sense for them to do UFC Washington DC at an arena.
Yeah.
And just try to make it special from that point of view. Don't try to do anything like that. And that's just, to me, it's borderline disrespectful in a sense. Like that's not what that place is made for,
Yeah.
in my opinion. That's just my opinion, though.
I mean, I'm fully on board with you. I think it'd just be way too much. Like I like the DC idea. Just go where the Wizards and the Capitals play. You can make it a whole patriotic event, all of that. And I think, and obviously Trump would show up. And
Yeah,
I think that makes total sense.
yeah, that would be dope. So getting off of that, let's talk about this the card that's coming up, the one that we've been waiting on here, UFC Nashville. So you've gone through the entirety of the card for your preview videos. Like as a whole, what do you think of the card?
I think it's a sleeper. We got, in my opinion, got a few cards I'm definitely looking forward to. Like Jake Matthews, Chitty, and Chokawani. I'm definitely looking forward to that. The first two fights on the main card, we might get two finishes, maybe even the first three. I mean, Vitor Petrino, Austin Lane.
Mm-hmm.
Neither guy got a chin, so we might get a finish there. Nate Landwehr, Morgan Charest, I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And then Calvin Kattar, Steve Garcia, I think that's going to be phenomenal too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I want to do an exercise, and y'all can do this in the chat too. I want to go through the card, but for each fight, you got to give one word. So one word to describe that fight, like your thoughts of that fight going into it. Just one word. So let me see. There we go. All right. Okay, so starting at the bottom here. Fatima Klein versus Melissa Martinez. One word.
First off, have you seen the odds for that fight? I think Klein is like a minus 1350.
What?
Yes. Let me double check.
That is insane.
Yeah, because that's what they were when I made my video. Let's
That's
see.
wild.
Go to DraftKings. But yeah, minus
Vincent says,
1350 is wild. What I miss?
Nate the Train in the UFC.
Oh yeah. Nate the Train is must see TV
Obviously.
every time.
Boring.
Like what?
That's a good one, Sebastian. One word.
Boring? Yeah, that's a solid one.
My one word is beer, because that's what I'm going to be getting while that is happening.
That's the fight that where like if you're just gonna make it to wherever you're going to watch the card, if you're not watching at home, you like, I got a little bit of time, like I don't have to be there like right before. Like if I'm a few minutes late, it's okay.
Yeah. Yep. Scissors.
Wow, Lord of
Yawn. That's a good one. Pre-game. Okay.
Pre-game. Yeah, I like that. I like that one. Pre-game.
Grimy use
like
smoke
that.
break, but I'll take that as one word. I'll take that as one. Okay, let's go to the next one. Mitch Ramirez against Mike Davis.
I think this is gonna be the fight where like that's gonna set the tone for the rest of the card.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna go with one word.
One word.
Man,
You can be hyphenated.
I don't think tone setter wouldn't work.
That's what I was thinking you was gonna say. Tone setter.
I'll go with tone setter.
I'm gonna say redemption, because Mike Davis, like, to me, like, he has so many skills. He's so good at a lot of different things, but he just, I don't know. There always seems to be a roadblock, whether it's an injury or whatever it is. I think this is a chance for him to get redemption. Lord of the Pies said disappointed.
That's tough.
Tua said hopeful. That's a good one. That's good. All right. Kennedy Zachuku against Walter Walker. Oh boy. One word.
One word. The one word has definitely caught me off guard.
That's what makes it difficult.
One word. I'm gonna go with man. I feel like heavyweight's just too easy. I feel like somebody's getting finished in this, so I don't know. What you got? Let me hear you first. Let me hear what you got.
I would say inflated. Because
inflated.
Because I believe that both of these fighters, if they took their nutrition as serious as they should, they probably should both be fighting at 205. But I think that they're inflated light heavyweights.
Sebastian, I'm with you. Finish. I like that. I think this one, somebody's getting finished in this one.
That's not a bad one.
Yeah,
it's not a bad one. Chris Cushman, what's up, man? Kennedy gets it done. That's what Toron said. I hope he does. I don't think Walter Walker is very good.
Definitely not on the feet anyway. On the ground, like he got
on the
some
ground,
skills.
he's a problem.
Yeah, he got some skills on the ground now.
Yeah. All right, Lauren Murphy against Eduardo Mora.
Restroom.
Mid. Let me see. Lauren
Intermission.
Dang, I'm gonna say dang, it's not one word.
Lord of Pie said mid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dusty.
I'm gonna say retirement.
Mm.
Because I expect after Eduardo Mora beats Lauren Murphy by submission that Lauren Murphy retires.
I gotta give it to Lauren Murphy though. She is tough, dog.
Oh,
She
she's
took a
very tough.
bro. She took a beating
Very,
against
very tough.
Andrade, dog. It was rough.
Yeah, it's very, very tough. I mean, and you can tell by her face. She's been through a lot. Her face is very tough.
Real talk.
All right, Jake Matthews versus Chidi and Njokuani.
Fireworks.
That's a good one. I'm gonna say knockout.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, I think that somebody gets finished in this fight, and it could be either one because both these dudes are ridiculous on the feet. I don't think that there's going to be a lot of grappling in this one. Sebastian, I'm with you. Knockout, banger.
Bro, how about these guys moving from middleweight to welterweight, following the lead of Joaquin Buckley, Chidi and Njokuani, and Chris Curtis?
Yeah, yep. Which leads us to the next one. Max Griffin and Chris Curtis.
This the vet matchup right here.
Yeah. Grimy, rough lady there.
Rough. Bro, it's funny because me and you both know exactly who he's talking about.
Yes.
Oh, bro, Grimy literally will have me in tears sometimes.
Grimy's crazy, man.
For Max Griffin, Chris Curtis, I'm gonna say seasoned.
I'm gonna say Payne because Max Payne Griffin. I'm gonna go with him to win this fight. Speaking of, I did actually have the interview. It's coming out tomorrow. With Max, but
I was wondering when it was coming out.
Yeah. I wanted to drop it before the thing, so it's coming out tomorrow. But yeah, we talked a lot about it, man. And Max don't like Chris. This ain't just a friendly. He don't like him at all. And I did not know that until we had the conversation.
Okay, I'm curious to see how Max approaches this fight because usually with Max, he's like more so using footwork, moving laterally, circling the octagon, whereas Chris Curtis is just plodding around right in front of you, just trying to get in the pocket with you. So I'm curious to see how Max approaches this fight.
Yeah, me too. And Chris Curtis, he fought at welterweight, but it's been so long since he fought at welterweight. One question for you about Chris Curtis, like obviously that he's trained, with a lot with Sean Strickland. That used to be one of his best friends. They've been in and out of friendship, over the past couple of years. But what do you think makes his style more enjoyable to watch than that other dude, Sean Strickland?
I think what it is Chris Curtis offers up a little bit more variety than Strickland does to me, because Strickland is just jab, teep, jab, teep, jab, teep, jab. Like it's literally all it is. Whereas with Curtis, like, yeah, he mixes in some more hooks. He's trying to get in the pocket and actually like finish people. Whereas with Strickland, I feel like he's just trying to outpoint guys with that jab and just land, and not try and really do damage. What about you?
Yeah, I agree. He's a lot more versatile. And his nickname, the Action Man, is very appropriate. He likes to fight in the pocket, and he is trying to get you out of there. He isn't trying to just win. And I think that Sean tries to wear you down, but he's wearing you down by pressing the same buttons.
Yeah.
He's just like, I'm a square, triangle, square, triangle, square, triangle. It's like, okay.
He like that. Strickland is like that person when you play like Street Fighter back in the day and they literally just spam like one move. That's literally Sean Strickland.
Yeah. Now, Lord of the Pies says Strickland is overly defensive. Um, he's very defensive, and I mean it works. It's got him a belt, but it's not exactly the funnest to watch at all. Okay, let's see what else. Junior Tafa against Tuko Tokas.
Brutal. Because I think somebody gonna get brutally finished in that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's Tafa moving down to light heavyweight right here.
Yeah. Yep. I'm gonna say healthy because I think this is where he should have been the whole time.
Yeah. He's very much was undersized at heavyweight for sure.
Yeah. But the fact that he could go up there and take those shots the way that he did, and be able to defend takedowns for as much as he could, definitely bodes well for him being at his proper weight class. I think that Junior Tafa knocks this dude out.
Yeah. Them Samoans, Polynesians, man, just so dense.
They different.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, dude.
Wow, Matua, come on, bro.
Nah, that's wrong, man. Nap, I don't know, man. I think this is going to be exciting for as long as it lasts. I think this might be done in the first round. If it doesn't end in the first round, then I would change my word to sloppy, because it's going to get sloppy in the second and third. All right. Vitor Petrino against Austin Lane.
Decision, Vincent? Really? Bro, neither one of these guys got a chin, though. In all honesty, man, does either guy want to win this fight? I feel like sloppy fits this fight because Petrino's coming off getting finished twice. Austin Lane's coming off getting finished like 2 or 3 times. Like, yeah, Lane's gotten finished in 3 of his last 4, and Petrino's gotten finished in his last 2. So,
yeah, I would say, because I agree that somebody's going to get finished, and I really think it's going to be Austin Lane. Did he win his last fight in some weird way?
No, so he lost his last fight, but he won the fight before against
Okay,
Robelis
that's the one
Spain.
I'm thinking about.
Yeah, where he wrestled him for 15 minutes.
Yeah. If he wrestles, then this is going to be a boring decision, but I don't know, man. Austin Lane is so hittable. And Vitor uncorks some crazy power. And he going to be full, man. Yeah, I'm going to say sleep on this one.
Yeah, Vincent, he is coming off that terrible loss to Pinto, but Petrino's coming off the brutal KO to Dustin Jacoby.
Yeah,
they both coming off brutal KOs.
That was bad. Chris Cushman says knockout on this one. So you meant? Oh, Sebastian was talking about not on the previous one. He's saying that somebody was going to take a nap. That's.
Oh yeah. 100%.
That makes sense.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that fight is both of these fights. These 2 fights here, I think that they're going to end in knockouts by the person on the left. Okay, Nate Landwehr against Morgan Sherrier.
The train, baby, the train. I think this fight is going to be. I think this one's going to be a lot. This potentially fight of the night right here for me. Yeah. I'm gonna say the one word for this one. I'm gonna need a minute. What you got?
I'm gonna say stamina. Because I think that both of these dudes are gonna take a lot of shots. Both of them are gonna get beat up pretty handedly. And it's just a matter of who's going to be able to last. And right now, I lean towards Nate the Train, but I don't know that for sure. Like, I'm not sold on that because The last pirate over there, he's got a lot of fights and a lot of experience too. So, but I do lean towards Nate outlasting him.
Yeah, it's a tricky one, man. I mean, people forget, man. Nate Landwehr got a few solid wins. He got a win over Ludwig Klein, a win over David Onama, and a win over Jamal Emmers. So, I mean,
Yeah, and
for
that's
me,
solid competition.
exactly. I do like Bloody, Sebastian. I like Bloody. That's a really good call right there. What's going on, Combat Sports today? Good to see you in here, brother. I like Bloody though, because I mean, I feel like Nate the Train always gets cut and is always bloody in all his fights, whether he wins or loses.
That's true. That's very true. Let's see what they say. Bloody promo sustainability.
Yeah, promo is a good one because Nate gonna cut a promo.
Yeah, you're right about that. He is gonna cut a promo. 100%. Okay. Calvin Cater against Steve Garcia.
Baptism. One of these guys gonna get baptized. Whether it's Garcia gonna get knocked out or Cater gonna get knocked out. One of them gonna get knocked out. I mean, you know, Cater just been fighting killers, bro, for like the last 10 fights. All because I think he on like a 4-fight skid. But you just look at who he's been fighting, man. Like Yusuf Zalal, Aljo, Arnold Allen, Josh Emmett, Giga. He beat the brakes off Giga. Max Holloway, Dan Ige, Jeremy Stevens, Zabit. And I mean, you know, Steve Garcia, man, just been on a tear. Like 5-fight win streak, all KOs.
Ooh.
Yeah. Somebody getting baptized right here.
That is a great word to a frenetic. Yeah, that's a great word for it. Which used that for the previous fight too, for Nate the Train and Morgan. I was going to say aggression because I think that whoever is the most aggressive during this fight probably going to be able to want to take it. And Steve Garcia is just by nature just a very aggressive individual.
Yep. Bro, he is kill or be killed.
Yeah.
Like in the first round, he is kill or be killed in the first round. He don't even play around.
Yeah. And Calvin Cater can sit back and counter. I mean, he's very good. Especially at sitting back and countering people. But I don't know, man. Steve Garcia, he might just be too hard-headed to allow Calvin Cater to play that game. But I think this is going to be a very aggressive fight. Very aggressive.
Yeah, at one point, man, the odds were a pick 'em at one point, but Garcia is now a -125.
Yeah,
that
makes sense. All right, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson against Gabriel Bonfim.
This one's interesting for one word.
You're right, Grammy. Cater does have a good chin.
Yeah, he does. He's never been knocked out
times.
Yeah, he's never been knocked out. The only TKO loss he got was the injury when he hurt his knee.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I like technical for this because I mean Bonfim's technical on the ground, Wonder Boy's technical on the feet. I like technical.
Yeah, that's a good one. Lord willing.
Lord willing.
Oh man. This one's tough for one word. Technical is solid, but I feel like dang man, I feel like this fight is really tough for Wonder Boy. Any fight really that's not a legend fight for him is going to be really tough with these young dudes coming up. So I'm going to say ladder because he's putting the ladder down to allow a younger fighter to climb up.
Man, at welterweight, that's kind of what everybody got to do if you're older at all. I mean, that division is like just reshuffling itself right now.
Yeah, frantically and violently.
Did you see Jeff Neal, Protez got made or
Yes, I did.
officially. Yeah,
Yes,
that's gonna
I
be a good
did. I'm very concerned. I'm very concerned.
one.
I mean, I watched Jeff Neal. No, I watched Protez fight what's the white boy I don't like? Oh, Ian Machado Gary. Um and even in that loss, the entire time, like I was just waiting for, it was almost like you waiting for a bomb to explode. Like you knew at some point Carlos is going to figure out where your face is in relation to his fist, and he's going to land something, and it's going to make you wreak life. And it happened way too late in the fight because Ian Gary, he does a really good job of strategizing and neutralizing people's weapons. But once Protez kind of threw caution to the wind and just started going forward, oh, he hurt that boy bad. But and I think in this fight, like he doesn't have to worry about that. He doesn't have to worry about. I mean, Jeff Neal is primarily he's a striker, and by striker, I'm talking about with your hands.
Yep.
So I mean, it's basically going to be a boxing match, and Protez is really hard to beat like that.
Yeah, boxer versus Muay Thai.
Yeah, that's going to be really tough. And Jeff Neal been out for a little while.
Yeah,
it's a bad combination, man.
Yeah, somebody gonna get put to sleep in that one too.
Yeah. All right, so what's your one word for this Derek Lewis versus Taliesin Teixeira fight?
Headache. Headache, coma, like whichever one you want to go with, concussion, because that's exactly what's happened. Somebody is getting put to sleep brutally in this fight. Brutally.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, oh, what's up, Leroy?
What's going on, Leroy?
I'm gonna say Sebastian said obesity. I'm actually gonna say Volkov. And the reason I say that is because you remember how Volkov looked when Derek Lewis landed that punch? And Volkov is about 6'7", same height as Taliesin Teixeira. I can see a very similar thing happening if Taliesin doesn't keep his head off the center line. So, I mean, I hope that happens. Every time I've seen Derek Lewis fight probably more than I've seen any other UFC fighter fight. And he has a losing record in every ones that I've seen. So, I mean, and I'm talking about, going to see him personally.
Yeah.
And hopefully, it's not in Texas, so he should do well. When he fights in Texas, it does not go well every time.
True. And also when he fights people with some power too, I feel like those don't go too well also. Like not Spivak, but Pavlovich. The Tuivasa KO, man, that just threw me all the way off. That looked like he just didn't want to be in there anymore. When Tui landed that elbow up against the cage, I was like, no way his body should fall like that. No way.
Yeah. I mean, even the Pavlovich one, it didn't look like he was necessarily out.
Yeah.
Or even when even though his knockouts, he don't look like he necessarily really that hurt.
And then on top of it, I feel like if he gets hit like somewhat clean one time, he's like, nah, I'm not trying to do this anymore.
Yeah. He'd be like, I got other things I need to take care of. And he'd be out.
Like, to me, it looks like Derek Lewis wants to clip somebody in the first round and then just swarm him and get him out of there. But if you clip him at all, he's like, nah, that's not what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, it definitely seems like that. I don't know. I mean, do you think that this fight gets out the first round?
I think if this fight gets out of the first round, Derek Lewis gasses. Like it's
a 5-round fight, ain't it?
Exactly. It's definitely not going 5.
No.
I think this is one and done. One and done. If Derek Lewis, if this goes past the first round, I think Derek Lewis gets finished after the first because he's just not gonna have any cardio left at all.
Yeah, yeah, I would agree. Your cardio doesn't get better as you age.
Mm-hmm.
So, especially if you're a heavyweight.
Mm-hmm. Already having issues with weight and cardio when you were in your prime.
Yeah, no, it's a bad look. But I agree. I think it probably ends in one. Hopefully, Derek gets the win, but it kind of complicates things a little bit because I feel like he's almost fought everybody that's ahead of him. You know?
Yeah, for me, Derek Lewis serves as kind of like that gatekeeper to like the top tier of the heavyweight division. Like in order for you to get to that top tier, you got to go through Derek Lewis.
Yeah, that's true. And whether you win exciting or you win boring like Jalton Almeida, you do have to go see him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which brings me to something that I heard the other day or earlier today. So Tom Aspinall is now the undisputed heavyweight champion, right? And he said that he wants to fight 4 times in the next 12 months. Who's he fighting?
Well, first off, he's not going to be fighting 4 times in the next 12 months. Like, I'm curious to know when's the last time a heavyweight champion did that in the UFC. Like,
Never.
I don't see that happening personally.
It's never happened.
But if he were to fight 4 times, I think it would go Ciryl Gane, Almeida,
Mhm.
then Volkov, and then maybe Waldo Cortez Acosta.
Man, the problem is I think you're right, man. And like that is very sad. Like, how much credit do you give him? I mean, like, it's not his fault that the people suck, but I don't know, man. I can't get mad. I can't on one hand say, Mighty Mouse was so great. Man, people bring up, oh, but what about his competition? Well, that's true. But then for Tom say, but look at his competition. Look who he's fighting. It's a similar situation. Is you can't make them better. You can only beat who's there.
Yeah. And then like even newer guys in the division, you think about it. So like Teixeira this weekend's a new guy in the division, could potentially be something. Cortez Acosta, he's been on a run, got rattling off wins in the UFC. Trying to think who else is kind of new. The one guy that just knocked out Austin Lane, I think he's kind of young at heavyweight too. That's another one that can be an up and coming guy at heavyweight. So I mean, you got some guys, but somebody's got to emerge and make a name for themselves.
Yeah. I mean, I think Sebastian brings up Alex Pereira. I mean, that's cool. That's a nice gimmick fight, but you're not bringing somebody in that can stay at heavyweight and create a lasting legacy. And I know that heavyweights are prone to fight longer than the age of 40, but not everybody, and not somebody with the type of miles that Alex Pereira has. So if he goes, let's say he goes, and let's say he magically beats Tom Aspinall, right? How many times do you think he's going to defend that belt?
I mean, Alex is closer to the finish line is in sight. I mean, he's like 37, 38, something like that right now.
He just turned 38. Yeah.
So yeah, Pereira doesn't have much left for the UFC. I think if he gets that belt back, that'll actually be interesting if he beats Magomed, like who he would want to fight next, honestly, just out of curiosity. I'm curious to see who that would be. But yeah, like we can't expect too much more from him, honestly.
No. And I just can't pin my hopes on a 38-year-old fighter who has accomplished so many things that they don't have that many goals left.
You
said same age
Leroy,
as Jones?
Same age.
Older than Jones. So, I mean, if that tells you anything, Yeah, and way more mileage from Glory. Exactly. He's got a ton of fights under his belt. Like, why would he want to keep defending a belt against people who are way bigger than him? And I
Yeah.
know that they say he walks around 240 and everything. That's cool, but it's just different, man. It's different when you got dudes that are cutting down to 265 who want to lay and pray on you. Like, it's not the same. It ain't the same. But what we could do is we can dig into these rankings and look at some of these rankings and see how these things have changed over the, I guess today's the day that it actually changes, right? Let's see. Because some of these rankings are kind of weird.
Yes.
All right. So I don't have any beef necessarily with the pound for pound rankings. Now that
I got a small beef. I got a small beef with the pound
Okay.
for pound rankings.
Okay, what you got?
I personally think Pantoja should be ahead of DDP.
I can't argue that. Can't argue that at all. DDP, what is he have one title defense?
What? Two. Strickland and Izzy.
That's true. Yeah, he went from Strickland, then beat Izzy, then beat Strickland.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with that. I also think
especially with Pantoja just getting another win too, because then that way, if DDP fight Hamzat, if he happens to win, then DDP can re-jump him.
Yeah, I think that Tom Aspinall should be higher.
Where would you like him?
So Tom has essentially been defending his belt. Jack hasn't had a title defense just yet. Neither has Ankalaev. Volkanovski won a belt, but in his last 4 fights, is he 1-3?
Yeah, I mean that's very valid. Very valid. Would you put him over Pantoja or DDP though?
No.
Or would you slide him right underneath him? Okay.
I slide him right underneath.
Okay.
Lord of the Pies says he doesn't think that, or he's not sure that JDM should be ranked as high as he is. I think he's number 7.
He's 8. He's 8.
Yeah, he's 8. Tom should be higher than JDM. Yeah, I agree. I think he should.
Definitely agree. Should be higher than Ankalaev too, and Volk. Honestly, you're right. He should. I think that 6th spot is where Aspinall should be.
Yeah. Yep. I think they messed that one up. Otherwise, it's fine. I'm 100% good with Ilya being number 1. And I'm good with 1, 2, and 3. I think that's perfect.
Yeah, I think the top 3 are definitely. I got no issues with that either.
Yeah. What up, Sterling? Okay, interesting. Defending interim belts should not count. I think defend him in his instance, it should definitely count. And you know what? Actually, in all instances, I think that defending an interim belt should count because it's not that person's fault that they're defending that belt.
True. It's definitely not their fault.
So,
and then on top of it, man, the fact he got the shortest fight time in UFC history got to count for something.
Absolutely. So at the flyweight division, Joshua Van shoots up to number 1. Do you know, I read online on Twitter, somebody said that they were upset that Joshua Van got moved to number 1.
What?
I'm like,
that's wild.
I'm like, what are you watching?
Yeah, for real.
He fought for it and he won it. What else can he do?
I like Roy Val staying in the top 3 though.
Absolutely.
Like him taking that fight being as competitive as it was and as entertaining as it was. I believe that the losers shouldn't get overly penalized in that situation. That way you incentivize these guys to take these fights more often.
Yep. 100%. 100%. I don't have a full reasoning for this, but I don't think that Amir Albazi is a top 5 fighter.
When's the last time he's fought? Let me see.
I don't know. I have no idea.
November 2024, and he lost to Moreno, and then got the robbery win over Kakar France. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, like Tatsuro Taira should be above him. Kakar France, I think 5 is fine. Manel Cop, I mean, I don't. He broke his foot, so I
How
don't.
does Tagir Ulanbekov win a fight and then drop in the rankings?
I don't know. I do not know. Bruno Silva went up.
Yeah.
Kaya Sakura hasn't won a fight yet. Got ranked. I mean, I understand he fought the champion, and he should have, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know about that. I also think that Steve Ursig, I don't know if he should be ranked that low. And I know he's lost fights, but dude, the lineup, man, the people that he's fought are ridiculous.
Low key, flyweight looking kind of stacked. Low key,
Bruh.
looking at the names, like hold up now, like flyweight got some guys, like, and a lot of them too. Because Almabayev is a problem down there. Tagir Ulanbekov is a problem, and Tamirov is another problem,
Yep.
though. So like you got some dudes down there, like for real.
Yeah, flyweight is a really good division. Really good division. I just hate when they get they'll get 2 fighters who are ranked at flyweight and then put them on the prelims of a fight night. Like, disrespectful as hell. All right, so bantamweight.
Let's see.
There hasn't been any movement, but let's look at how these people are ranked. Is Montel Jackson that good? Is he that good? Bantamweight, there's a lot of bantamweights.
Yeah, bantamweight is so stacked. I think I would have had McGee's fighting Jan next, right?
Yeah.
That's wild. And Oliveira and I think Oliveira and Kyler Phillips are fighting here pretty soon. Who's Cheeto got? Cheeto's fighting somebody coming up, right? I think Cheeto's got a. Let me see if he's.
Does he have a fight?
Somebody in the chat should let us know. Let us know if Cheeto's got a fight book. I feel like he should, because it's been a while since he fought, right? Because he fought.
Yeah, it has been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while since he fought.
Dude, I agree, Sterling. The flyweights have come a long way. And Chris Cushman said he thinks Timarov popped for roids, according to Charles Johnson. I don't think Charles Johnson is the best source, but I mean, he could be right.
And they definitely need to bring Mokaya back for flyweight, 100%.
Yeah, they do.
100%.
They do. I think he's served his sentence. Bring that dude back. Cheeto fighting Lays. So Tua said that Montel is that good.
Okay.
If you say so. If you say so.
But hey, that division is nothing but killers, though, dog.
Nothing
but killers.
It is.
Because Vinicius Oliveira at 15 is wild.
It's true, but they have a dominant champion now.
True.
Who beats Marab? Umar? Corey?
Honestly, I don't think anybody does. Like, I think the most dangerous guy for him was O'Malley, just because he got some punching power and he can get him out of there. Like Umar doesn't really have power like that in his hands. Incredibly skilled, but I mean, Marab is just gonna eat up anybody's gas tank. It's the same thing he did with Jan. Corey's got all the skills, but he looked fatigued in like the 4th, 5th round against Umar. How's he gonna look against Marab? You know what I mean? So like maybe I got somebody at bantamweight I think that can hold up to the cardio, and that's Mario Batista.
You know what? You might be right. Wouldn't that be
Yep.
funny?
That's the one.
Wouldn't
That's the
that be
guy,
funny?
dog. Mario Batista. Because I mean, Batista got an unlimited gas tank too, and
Man,
got skills everywhere too.
are y'all ready for Mario Batista to be champion?
It's gonna be some upset people.
Ooh, that'd be crazy. That would be so crazy. See, he said, not sure if it's true, but he posted something saying he did, and Cheeto was supposed to fight Mario Batista, but it got canceled.
Oh, okay. Appreciate it, Chris Cushman.
Lord of Pie said, can we trade Jamal Hill and Kobe for Rotang and Stamp? I'd take the trade. I'd take it.
Yeah, I'm good
I'd
with
take
that. I'm good with it.
Yeah. And I'll give you a round pick. Song Yadong is not beating Marab. He ain't. Marab is gonna take him down, man.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't have just like crazy cardio, I'm just not giving anybody a chance against Marab. And the only person in that whole division I think got that kind of gas tank is Batista.
Yeah.
And he may not even make his way up there to Marab.
Yeah, because he got a lot of landmines to step on before you get there.
Exactly.
Because I don't know if Mario Batista can Corey Sandhagen.
Well, depending how things shake, because think about it. If let's say hypothetically Corey gets the next title fight, Batista's still gonna be behind the winner of Marcus McGee, Peter Yan.
That's true.
Like,
if I'm Batista, I'm trying to fight Davison Figueiredo. That's who I want to fight.
No, Figgy's out. He's hurt. Nah, the guy he need to try to fight is Umar. That's who he need to try and fight.
I would not try to fight no Umar.
Bro, but think about it. Who else is he gonna fight that's gonna literally he gets that win? He's the number one contender. It's Umar
is that guy. But
it's not an easy night out, but I mean it's bantamweight. You're gonna have a rough night out regardless who you fight.
Yeah. I see why he was trying to initially fight Marlon. I see why. Yeah, that top 6 is really tough.
Because I don't think Batista matches up well with O'Malley.
No, I would avoid that fight because I think that O'Malley he just keep him on the end of his punches. He'll never get to him.
Exactly.
Yeah, I would enjoy watching the Mario Batista Umar fight though. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, that would be a lot of fun. And make that like a fight night main event. Make that 5 rounds.
Yep, that would be good. All right, so let's go to featherweight. First of all, Max should not be listed here anymore.
100%.
Let's see. Anything else wrong with it?
Lerone Murphy should be higher than 7.
Yeah, I would put Lerone Murphy at 5, honestly. Ortega, I would drop him, and Arnold Allen, he's just been hurt.
Yep. Yeah. Man, I don't feel like too many people are going to agree with this one, but I think the guy that gives Volk the best fight at featherweight is Lerone Murphy.
Yeah.
He's well-rounded enough. Got the gas tank, strong in the clinch, strong wrestler. Like right now, I think Lerone Murphy's the guy that gives Volk the toughest fight at featherweight. Right now.
Thanks, Leroy.
Shut up, Leroy. So Matchell, Holloway came out and said he's not going back to 45. He said he's sticking at 55.
Yeah, he ain't coming back. So you gotta take him out. Gotta take him out. No, I think I agree with that though.
Oh, Gene Silva. Hold up. Gene Silva's fighting who? At
Diego Lopez.
Oh, that's a good one. That's
UFC Noche.
My only hesitation with Gene Silva being being Volk's toughest fighters. We don't know what how he defends takedowns. Can he get back to his feet? Like I know we saw a little bit in the Bryce Mitchell fight, but
Yeah.
I don't think that was enough to really know how he would hold up against Volk. Because Volk's so well rounded, man.
True.
If you got a weak spot somewhere, Volk gonna exploit it.
What up, Scott?
What's going on, Scott? Good to see you.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. So are we agreeing that Mavzar should be getting the next? I mean, he should have got the last, but should be getting the next title shot.
Bro, I've been saying
Volk said it.
I've been saying it for a while. He should have got the title. Like I was under the impression he should have got it before Diego Lopez when he beat him. Like I get it, the circumstance, short notice, but the man is undefeated. Beat the guy that's challenging for the title. Beat Aljo, beat Arnold Allen, and he's getting a little bit of that Bilal Muhammad treatment. And now he's got to fight Aaron Pico.
Yeah, I think that it would have been interesting. It's a fight that we lost, but I think that Mavzar Evloev against Ilia Topuria would have been an interesting fight. I really think it would have been interesting. I'm not saying that Evloev would have beat him, but it's just a different look. I think it would have been very interesting. It's a very similar look, not the same, but similar look to the Arman Sarukian against Ilia Topuria fight. As far as the grappling is concerned. Let's see. Aljo's fighting Brian Ortega.
And Gene Silva's got Diego Lopez.
Which are great matchups. I like those. Aljo's been calling out Brian Ortega for a minute. I wonder if he's gonna get more than more than he bargained for. Because when it comes to grappling, Brian Ortega is, you're not hitting him now. Because obviously he just walks forward and gets punched in the face, and that's a lot of his downfall. But if we grappling, different story. He was maybe a tighter squeeze away from being the champ, against Volkanovski. So
2 times.
Yeah. So I don't know about this, Aljo. I'm not sure about this one. What are you thinking about that fight, like going into it between Ortega and Sterling?
I think Aljo gets it done, man. Ortega, for me, he's so hot and cold. You never really know which guy's gonna turn up on the night. That's the thing. When Ortega shows up, he can get it done, just like in the Yair fight. But then he can show up like the Diego Lopez fight. You don't really know. But I know with Aljo, whether he wins or lose, he's gonna turn up and he's gonna show up and he's gonna compete.
Yeah. That's true. Aljo is the same. He's very consistent. Who do you think has better striking?
I think I'm gonna go with Aljo there. I think his striking blends with his style overall better than Ortega does. Ortega's striking for me just looks like he's kind of like a fish out of water.
So I think I agree that Aljo's style blends well with him, but I also think that that's terrible. So I think he's a terrible striker. I think he's an elite grappler. But I think that Ortega can present enough offense in the grappling exchanges to kind of make him not do some of the things that he would normally do. And if we're just striking, I think that Brian Ortega beats him. But I mean, that's why I want to see the fight, because I agree that Brian Ortega is not the same every time he comes out there.
Yep.
He could be a totally different guy. So we'll see. We'll see what he does, man. But wait, hold on, Rob Rex. What happened with Ortega? He scammed you? How did he scam you? Like, I need to know the details on this one.
Yeah, we got to hear about that, Rob Rex.
Ernie said Aljo should keep it on the feet. I think that I don't think that that's going to help him either. I have no faith in Aljo striking. Like and I can't remember what fight it was, but it could have been against TJ Dillashaw, but it was a fight where Aljo striking looked pretty decent. But for the most part, every time he goes out there, it seems like he's just learning how to strike again. It is disappointing. It just never came around, at least in my opinion, at least the way that I see it. But if he beats Brian Ortega and gets it to the top 5, like it becomes a way bigger story.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah. Another fighter in this division before I move on that I'm excited to see here is definitely David Onama. I'm a big fan of David Onama. He's very exciting. I hope he gets a really solid fight coming up. Hopefully it's not against my boy Josh Emmett, but I mean I have high hopes for him. I think he's super exciting for this division.
The guy I got a guy in the division kind of similar. Uses the law. That's kind of how I feel about uses the law.
Mm-hmm.
Very well rounded, very composed, good submission threat, good footwork, very diverse on the feet. I think uses the law can really blossom.
So Leroy, wait, let me read this from Rob. He said he talked to his little brother and him several times. Wanted his Instagram giveaway several years ago before he had the Max fight. He was a huge fan. He even shouted him out. He was so excited that he ran down to his homie's house down the road, had some white Timberlands and messed him up for stepping in the mud, but he wasn't really worried about it because he was supposed to get. And the story continues. This sounds pretty involved.
Yeah.
He said, "Go look at Ortega's record."
Lord of Pie says, "I think Pico kills Alex Volkanovski, but we will see." Really, you got to get through Mobsar either with.
I don't think Pico gets through him. I think that Mobsar is firmly the second best, if not the first best, featherweight. Current featherweight. There we go. Oh, he was supposed to get cornerman gear and a Gracie gi. He asked for his address, and he sent it, and he kind of just ghosted him. Messaged him several times since. He just never got back, so he was down some Timberlands. White Timberlands at that.
Man, that hurts. That hurts to read right there.
I get it. I get it. I totally get that.
That's on site right there, dog. You lost the Timberlands?
Yeah. Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. All right, lightweight. Lightweight is about to see some turnover. So we got Ilia Topuria. Islam, that shouldn't even be there anymore. Armin, that seems right. I guess Charles stays and Justin stays and Max stays and Dustin stays. Did you hear that Max said that he's probably got about 4 fights left?
I did not hear that. I did not hear that.
Yeah, he said he's probably got about 4 fights left. He said if he can't hang with the upper echelon of fighters, then he doesn't really want to do it anymore.
Man, to be honest with you, I'm looking forward to some new guys, some new blood at lightweight. Honestly, like Mauricio Rufy. I'm looking forward to him to get into the rankings very soon and then start making his way on up the rankings.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. Because that Mauricio Rufy fight versus Ilia Topuria one day, it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, that would be explosive at lightweight. That definitely needs to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you look at it like Charles Oliveira, 35, soon to be 36. Justin Gaethje, he's already said that he is very close to being out. Max just said that he's got about 4 fights left. Dustin is about to fight his last fight. Dan Hooker, sneaky 35, almost 6 years old. Gamrot's Gamrot. Benny, we all know, like, we saw the fight. We saw he beat Moicano, but He looked pretty old doing it.
Yep.
Patty's young.
Yep.
Fiziev is young, but he's talked about going to 45. Moicano, it was on the
Mm,
other end of that old man beating.
Chandler's done.
Chandler got to go. Benoit Saint-Denis, he's young enough to stick around, and Grant Dawson also young enough to stick around.
Yeah.
That leaves like 4 guys in the division.
Yeah, for real. Like, honestly, like somebody not even ranked at lightweight can literally get a few wins and be in like the title contention, because there's going to be so much turnover in this weight class over the next 12 months.
Yeah, it is. Yep. Especially, depending on who Patty fights, whoever he's matched up with. If Patty wins that, then of course they're going to shoot him up the rankings. Dustin's going to vacate a spot, so they're going to jump that up. If Justin doesn't get a championship fight, he may not fight.
Yeah. And then I think Vincent says Hoofy was offered Gaethje. Y'all heard that? I didn't hear that.
I didn't hear Gaethje.
Bro, and I cannot imagine Gaethje taking that fight.
Absolutely not.
I definitely don't think Gaethje would ever take that.
No, not at all. I don't know, man. Like this division in 12 months, like you said, is going to look very, very different.
Mm-hmm.
Very different. But I mean, as it stands, I actually think that it's ranked properly, except for I don't think that Michael Chandler should be ranked.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, he's got to get on out of here. But
yeah,
otherwise, I think it all makes sense.
Solid. I got nothing wrong, nothing against that. Yeah. Welterweight.
Yeah, welterweight. Wow. First of all, I think Leon Edwards
should be lower.
Yeah, I don't know where you put him though, but because he does have back-to-back wins over Kamaru Usman.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, he's been on the slide.
I would put Morales over Buckley.
Mm-hmm.
I would take Leon behind Ian Gary, but right above Morales and Buckley. Or put Morales ahead of Leon and put Leon behind Morales.
Yeah,
Kobe,
I could dig that.
Yeah, Kobe, Gilbert, Burns. I feel like both of them should be a little lower. I would put Protest at like 10.
I'm taking Kobe out the rankings
Altogether?
Yeah, he got to go.
Okay.
When's the last time he won a fight?
True. Very valid. Very valid. Matter of fact, I don't think he has a win over anybody in the UFC right now.
Yeah. What's his last win against Jorge Masvidal?
Yeah, that's his last win. So that is very valid. He definitely shouldn't be ranked because of that.
Yeah. Meanwhile, everybody around him is fighting. Nah.
Yeah.
You gotta go. Gilbert, I would have to.
Bro, Gilbert's lost like his last few fights, brother. He probably shouldn't even be ranked. Because he lost to Morales, Brady, JDM, Bilal. Like he's 0-4.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, that is number 7, the champ. Number 2, like he's losing against top tier.
I get it.
But
0-4 is still 0-4 though. A 4-fight skid is a 4-fight skid. And his last win was Jorge Masvidal as well. So
Jorge trying to help us all out.
Yeah, and then before that it was Neil Magnus. So I mean, none of those wins are, have aged well.
No, they have not. Yeah, so both of them dudes might have to slide on out the rankings.
Exactly.
That's unfortunate, but yeah, I would agree. I would agree. And now that Jeff has, got the fight with Carlos Prates, he's safe. But he was on my list of people sliding out too because he hadn't fought in a while.
Mm-hmm. But he got a big one booked though.
I kind of wanted to push Ian Gary up, even though I feel how I feel. I mean, proof is in the pudding. He's only lost to Shavkat.
Yeah, I would put Usman at 4, Gary at 5. I will put Leon Edwards at. I put Morales in front of Edwards, but put Edwards in front of Buckley just because Edwards got those 2 wins over Usman, whereas Buckley just lost to Usman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Colby and Gilbert Burns, they can go. That's tough, especially for Gilbert Burns. That's tough.
Mm-hmm. Very tough. What is happening in the chat?
I think Matchua and Rob Rex I think Matchua is having some fun with Rob Rex.
And he was like, blocked. He just asking about barbecue and white jeans. Oh man. All right, so let's see. A couple more. I'm not gonna do the women's because that's just depressing.
Middleweight.
Middleweight. Let's see.
I got no problem. I got no issue with Imavov. I think Strickland's too high. Chimaev being 3, I'm cool with. I feel like Barallo should be a little higher.
Yeah. I would put Chimaev at 2. I guess Strickland can be 3, I guess. I put Kyle at 4.
Okay.
Above Izzy and Whitaker. Yeah. Like that's honestly that's not, it's more of what is going to happen because like Izzy and Bobby Knuckles are on the backside of their career and Kyle is still ascending. So that's the only reason I put him up there. Otherwise, I think the only other fighter that I have an issue with is Paulo Costa.
Shouldn't be ranked.
He shouldn't be ranked.
Not be ranked, bro. Does not have a win over anybody.
No, he shouldn't be ranked at all.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Get that man on out of here.
And RoboCop should be ranked.
RoboCop should take his place.
Yep. Trade a Brazilian for another Brazilian.
Yeah.
Okay, 100%. Middleweight wasn't too bad.
Yeah, middleweights, they're pretty on point. Okay, light heavyweight. Let's see.
I would put Reyes over. I'll put Reyes at 5 because Blachowicz coming off a loss, 41-42. Jamal Hill's on a skid. Rockage is on a skid. Krylov just lost. Azamat Mirzakhanov, I would have him a little higher. And Zhang Mingyang should be higher than 14 for me.
Yeah, I'd flip Zhang Mingyang and Johnny Walker.
Yeah, I like that too. I would put Azamat in the top 10.
Yeah.
He's undefeated, right?
Yeah. I agree with that. He said Paulo's on a 3-fight skid and saying he's still, bro. Name. It's his name. It's it.
Yeah.
He's just popular.
And the win he has is buddy that doesn't fight anymore. Luke Rocco.
Oh,
that's his last win.
Yeah, nah, bro. Nah. That ain't it. Luke been retired for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and heavyweight. Heavyweight is tough because it's not tough because there's only a certain amount of people that fight heavyweight.
Yeah.
But it's just like once you get past maybe the first 6, it's a struggle. You got people who are just sticking around and people who just are terrible.
So the top 6, Gon being 1, yeah, it was a robbery win over Volkov. So I mean, it is what it is. Them being 1, 2, I get, because Volkov beat Pavlovich.
Yeah.
Blades is injured and already lost to Aspinall. Almeida lost the Blades, so that makes sense. Then Acosta being at 6. Okay.
That's still weird to me.
What?
Waldo Cortez Acosta being ranked that high.
Bro, he just figures out a way to win, man. He
does.
literally just wins fights by any means necessary. He wins fights. Tai Tuivasa being 10 is crazy to me.
Is he on a
Gaziv should
4
be
fight losing streak? Is it 4?
yeah, it's something like, hold on, I'm about to click on that. It's something like that. Let's see. There's 3, 4, 5 fight losing streak.
God.
Yes. So he should not be in there.
Nah, he shouldn't be ranked.
Yeah, Shamil Gaziv should be higher. And I think Mick Parkins just lost, but Martin Boo died, bro. He shouldn't be ranked. Absolutely not.
Yeah, and he's fighting that newcomer, the BJJ, like 13-time champion or whatever. So he's gonna lose that fight and get out of the rankings.
And I think we getting a guy from Croatia coming in that's gonna be making his UFC debut here pretty soon. And the Mario Pinto guy, that's another guy I think at heavyweight. Those 2 guys are gonna be 2 guys that probably should be in the rankings here pretty quickly, because Tuivasa shouldn't be ranked at all.
Nope.
And Martin Budai should not be ranked. Those 2 guys should not be ranked.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. Tua asked the question: how can the UFC build the talent coming into the UFC or to the heavyweight division in the current roster? In my opinion, they got to steal. Like, they got to go, but not steal from other like Bellator or One or Ryzen. No, you need to go to Glory and kickboxing, play things like that, Muay Thai, or even traditional boxers, and steal from that, because trying to cultivate people like a Martin Budai, like, come on, man, that's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Don't nobody want to see that guy. Like, you need to get people who may be specialized, but they bring more finality to the types of, or the way that they fight. People who are really gonna knock somebody out or finish a fight, so it can be exciting. Because with heavyweights, it's either gonna be boom or bust. Either they're gonna get knocked out, or we in for 15 minutes of huge sloppy dudes laying on each other.
Yep. Lazy hit it on the head. The anti, that's the Croatian dude from PFL that's coming to heavyweight.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
Those are good ones. Yeah. Like you said, acquisitions. That's it. Like, that's the way to do it. That is the way to do it. That's the guy that I was talking about.
Okay, sweet. That's perfect.
Yeah, that dude's going to be a problem. I don't know what his striking is like, but I know he can grapple.
Yeah, I like that one.
Let's see, Lazy Bear was talking about let me see. He had an all-white Carl Kanai suit in the 90s. It didn't work with his complexion. You couldn't tell where the sweatsuit ended and I started. I bet it was clean, though. I bet it was clean.
Hey, you know he was clean out there, dog.
Call that boy Ghost.
Or Casper.
He always wanted to accurate Integra because Pac and the Outlaws talked about it. They did talk about it.
Bro, the axe was so clean back in the day.
It was, man. They was.
Throw some rims on them, you clean.
Man, dude. Just talking about Acuras, I can picture in my head people who used to roll up to like Big T or something with the Acuras with the windows down. Yeah. Acuras used to be real nice. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened at all. All right, I'm not gonna go through these women's fights or women's divisions because that's just I don't know about those. Those are what they are. And like I said in my video, I think the bantamweight division of women's is absolutely depressing.
Yeah. Just give us a atom weight and just
We
call
need
that
that.
a day. Yeah.
We need that. That's a
What's
good
going
question,
on, Carlos?
That's a good
What
question.
model Acura? Let me see.
That is a very good. The Integras are the ones that I saw the majority of the time.
Let's see.
But
Bro,
I
I
don't know.
promise, man. Acuras was so clean back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So clean. Like early 2000s.
Ooh, Poker Stars. That's it right there. The Acura Legend.
Acura Legend.
That's
Okay.
it. That's it.
Let me Google it real quick.
See, Buchecha.
Ooh, yeah, that's
Those are
that old
pretty
school
good.
joint right
Oh, you
there.
found it?
That's that old school joint.
Would be the most decorated BJJ athlete to enter the UFC. Fabricio probably was the second, then Rodolfo Vieira and Jacare Souza. Yeah. I'm anxious to see that dude fight. Very anxious.
Carlos said we need a heifer weight, 180-pound women's division. Hey, he ain't wrong with his next comment. Texas will definitely dominate that. He ain't wrong.
Bruh,
He is not wrong.
There's some females in y'all's lives that are 180 plus pounds that you don't think are 180 plus pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And they carry the weight very differently.
Mm-hmm.
So heifer weight can be attained.
Easy too.
Oh yeah, those 5-star mag wheels. Yeah, I don't know if we need the bigger ladies too. I don't know about that. I think the 105 division is the division that we need to add more than anything. Honestly, more than any other division, we need to add the 105.
What about if we kept the 10 pounds in men? So like at 155, we went 165, 175, 185, all the way on up.
I like that. But would you have like a 195 or would you just skip it?
I would skip 195. You go straight 205.
Yeah, because 195 is like cruiserweight.
Yeah.
And now we have too many divisions.
Mm-hmm.
Would you allow fighters to fight prominently in 2 divisions?
I mean, I don't see why not. We get more fights. I'll be all for it.
Yeah, because like if I'm thinking of somebody like not now, but early in his career, like Kobe. Kobe would have been very good at 165 and possibly 175. Like,
and then I think we could, instead of doing top 15, just do top 10.
Yeah. Yep. We fixed the UFC, y'all.
In no time.
That's what they should do, though. They should
Real
definitely
talk.
do that.
Real talk.
100%. All right, y'all. Now this has been a cool episode. We just kind of chatted through some stuff, but if y'all haven't liked the stream, make sure y'all do that on whichever platform y'all are on. And also make sure that y'all follow us, subscribe to us, like the videos, share this out. I've said this before, but like we got to make sure that we build this thing up. We're on episode 10. So we haven't been grinding super, super long, but I mean, it's every week. So we want to make sure that this amount grows as we keep doing this and whatnot. So make sure y'all are sharing this out on the Tuesdays, probably the Monday before. I don't know if that's too early, but some more people up in this thing. So
absolutely.
Make sure y'all are doing that. Also, make sure y'all go and check out Crossover's UFC Nashville preview. You might learn something.
And then make sure you come back tonight for my watch along for the Ultimate Fighter tonight. Make sure you pull up, because that stream is always a good time, man. The fights have delivered the entire season. And we just chop it up in the chat.
Yeah. Also, coming soon, got the Making the Walk shirts. Cross got the crossover MMA shirt. So we got some merch coming to y'all too. So be on the lookout for that as well.
Absolutely.
So yeah, we'll see y'all later at the Ultimate Fighter watch along.
Peace.
Thanks for watching Crosswalk. Make sure to come back next Tuesday to chop it up.
So please whatever.